anyway, he looks like he's going alright. IMB, so that's still on the watch. It's a lovely bullish pattern, but it needs to break, so no buy yet. Iris, now this guy, actually you can buy this one in your Oz Super Fund if you're into that series. I love the chart pattern. It's just like getting squeezed. It's going to have to make up its mind pretty soon. And based on that weekly candle there, I'd say it would be up. KPO. Okay, so that was a recent buy. Oops. So that still looks good. Looks good to go. MAQ. So the data center guys. So yeah, I don't know, these data center guys and cost of electricity or getting it reliable and all that stuff. I'd just stay away. Megaport. So this has been a buy for a while now. Back here. Anyway, he looks like he's ready to go. NXT. So that's an old sell. So that was sort of you add this move here to the breakout zone, you get that, and in line with the resistance here, and a bit of a stalling pattern. So that was the sell signal. So it's still holding this support. So if it doesn't bounce from here, it's probably coming down. A bounce would be okay. But again, I just don't like them in Australia. Give some small nuclear reactors like Trump's doing behind them, and then maybe. OCL. Okay, so that's got bought off support here. So that's, I like the chart pattern. Actually, it's probably so it's getting a bit of a squeeze happening there. So I like the company from what I remember of it. Founder led. They're always good. OEC. Okay, so there's again one of those rounded bottoms breaks. They're the ones, and they can do that. So that's just run all a bit too hard. I don't know if you love the stock. I'd definitely be buying it. Actually, well, it's probably something I'd potentially take a trading view of, or if you love it, buy it forever. PLY. Okay, so if they were to, if they were to break, then that would be worth having a go at. PME. Okay, so I think that's this week. That's today. They've got the official sell. It should have held that. So yeah, I don't. And that's one of those ATEC big holdings too. PPL. Actually, that was one of this week's ones. I should have put it there so you can know for next time. Setting up. It looks nice. Just needs to do a bit more. PPS. So premium. So that's a new buy. So there's that rounding bottom. REA. Okay, so that's a sell. That's a new one. There, that just doesn't look very nice at all. And it must have to do with the PEs. If anyone knows, because I'm not going to profess I'm an expert in tech. I prefer resources. RKT, that was a one put out this week before. That looks lovely. There's that rounded bottom. Rent. Okay, that was one put out this week. I think that's from my man, yes, Mr. Pavassi. Rounded bottom, break. Interesting business. RZI. There's that rounded bottom, break. Raise Invest, RZI. So that's an old one. Went early just because it broke here. SiteMinder. So that's an old buy. It's still a hold. I wouldn't buy it now. That was the first one down here. Anyway, Seek. Okay, so that's got a sell on that now. I did have a buy back here, but yeah, it just doesn't it doesn't look promising. Maybe it come back here, retest. SCN. So it should have been a buy here. Neutral on that one. SPZ. So that's the smart parking. They look okay. TNE. Okay, so it's forming a very bullish. There's your flagpole and there's your flag. I know if you love it, I'd be buying it, because I think once it breaks there, it'll go for a run. But yeah. Tyro, TYR. So that's an old buy. That's fine. It's up, consolidating. Looks fine. Triple T. Titanic. Well, okay. So this thing with this, so if you bought it there and it really closed below here, then you just get out. Weebit. Okay, so Mr. Weebit's looking fine. He's broke, and he's broke resistance. So he's sort of he's got a bit of fresh air now up until around here. WiseTech. Yeah, he got a sell back here. Because that's it's the opposite in a bullish. Well, see, that could have been a bullish break. Anyway, I heard the AFP, a sub told me the AFP raided their headquarters. But anyway, it doesn't look very nice and big volume. And that week they got whacked, big volume. So someone doesn't like them. Zero. So Zero's an old sell and still looks like a sell. So all those big ones, well, actually, you can see why the chart of ATEC looks like it does. Now Zip's an old buy. Now their reports have been good. So it's not. I wouldn't be selling it, but I'd be, if it can come down here and then get some green, it'd probably be a good buy. All right, that's your ASX tech wrap. If you got any comments about them, let us know, please. All right, see ya. Okay, Rudy here. So this video is just dedicated to going through the big ASX tech stocks on the ASX and some other ones. So starting with ATEC, it looks pretty, I'd put a sell on that. Does have a lovely rounded bottom. So the Pro Medicus, WiseTech, Zero, Computershare, Car Sales, REA. If we go and look through those charts, there's a number of our big boys that look very sick. And I'd hazard a guess that it's, I've got this, I did one probably a few months ago. I think it's probably got something to do with PEs. I've got PEs of 126, you've got your FANGs at 45. Anyway, we'll have a look. In terms of some ETFs that, so obviously semiconductors is where it's at, like a rocket. DTech, I still don't mind DTech, the defence one, sort of headed up by Palantir, so that looks like it's going. So they're just some tech ETFs. Alright, so just going through in alphabetical order. ASX stocks, so 360, I think it's a Junbei Lu favourite, looks fine. 88, I did put a buy there, but that looks like it's it might be a sell, so I wouldn't be buying it. Get stopped out if I bought it. AIM, they look excellent, so I should say, I know for next time, if they can break those highs, I reckon that's pretty good. I won't profess to know a lot about the tech, so if you like, you're in this space and you like it, have a look it up. Okay, so Aristocrat's one of the big boys that I reckon his life is over. It's a terrible candlestick there this week. It's a shooting star at resistance. Doesn't get much more bearish. Appen. So I've got a note here. Appen lost contract with Google. she has a good chunk of it. Alright, well, it hasn't died yet. Could still break it. And if any of you have any, stuff about, especially these big boys that we go through, let us know. ASV, Asset Vision. If you like I'll put a buy there, just for the sake of it. So yeah, you have a look if you like it. Okay, Archer Materials. So I did have a buy on that one. That still looks pretty good. BLG, Blue Glass. It's one from Peter Tim. I've been putting him on the watch list here, but I reckon you want to see him just do a little bit more. But looks promising. BRN, I did put a buy on him. He broke again. I wouldn't be buying it yet. You'd want to see a bit more. With those little ones, sometimes you just got to cut your losses if they don't run. BVS, so they're still looking okay. Car Sales, all right, they're see again that's a bearish candle there, that shooting star. If they close below this $35 mark, that wouldn't be very nice. Cat's fine. I wouldn't buy it. I'd hold it. CCR, Credit Clear. If they can, it's a very powerful sort of squeezy chart there. So a break would be bullish. C&Q, that one worked out well. I put that one out couple of weeks ago. Anyway, so how are they? So yeah, so they're going to hit resistance here. So anyway, computer share. Okay, so that's an old sell from back here. A bit the same. They need to hold this $35 level. So still looks okay, but not a buy yet. Could be a strong week. CTT. So that's an old buy. That still looks hanging in there. Drone Shield. So that's an old sell. Yeah. Looks like they want to come back to support area here. It's a pretty, well, you can see there, there's one of those shooting stars where it goes up and finishes down right on support. Bang. Alright. DTL. Okay, so that's an old buy. Oh, you can see, so it came up to resistance and got rejected. So it's still a hold. Probably needs to consolidate now for a buy, another buy. DTZ. Okay, so they're looking promising. They're getting lots of volume in here. So that's, keep that eye on the radar if you like that. Okay, so ELS got a buy this week actually. So that looks pretty good. It's come out of this wedge here, out of support. So pretty happy with that one. EOS got a buy the other week. Okay, so that's a pretty, well, it's it's a bearish candle, but it finished with a green body. So it looks like consolidation. So that still looks fine, but there's an example of one of those shooting stars. That's when it got its first sell. It goes up and then down. Anyway, Harmony. Okay, so that's an old buy. So these are those rounded bottoms that you can get once they break through. Sometimes they have false alarm.